Hi, hope you're having a great summer. This week we're going to be artistic. We'll start with a special cinema and TV school in Jerusalem and continue with a very unique theatrical group, so stay tuned because we'll be right back. Shalom. When you say Jewish cinema and TV, you mostly think of Woody Allen, Steven Spielberg, and Jerry Seinfeld. A special cinema and TV school in Jerusalem brings Judaism into cinema and cinema into Judaism.
Cinema and Judaism? Can they work together? The Maleh School of Television and the Arts in Jerusalem tries to foster a unique connection between the world of media and Jewish culture.
The exclusiveness of the school is that it's the only one in Israel and in the whole world that has a Jewish orientation.
The staff of the school includes many professional teachers. One of them is Rabbi Mordechai Vardi, head of the Jewish Studies and head of the script writing course. Rabbi Vardi tries to teach the students to express themselves using their Judaism.
It has to be connected from inside, not something artificial. It's not about making a movie with mezuzah, tefillin, or other Jewish symbols. The whole movie, the narrative, the content, and the message has to come from the inside and should include Jewish values and ideas. That is why we have the Torah studies, to make the linkage with the Jewish side of our personality.
The movies produced by Maleh students relate to many topics: the ultra-Orthodox Haredi life, soldiers, settlers, romance, and more. So is the school trying to cope with the present situation of cinema and film, or is the language of movies a language that could contribute to Judaism?
We don't say there's cinema, so let's make it kosher. I think that Judaism is not allowed to give up this strong cultural and artistic tool. We can express the Judaism with the tool of cinema and TV.
The Maleh School refuses to dictate to their students how their movies should look.
It is wrong to have a kosher certificate on a movie. The certificate is the director's according to his values and beliefs. I can approach a student and tell him, this is what I think your movie is saying, so decide if that is what you want to be saying.
Maleh School Jerusalem, coming soon to a theater near you.
What does the Western Wall mean to you?
The first time I was here on the March of the Living, which is a program where you go to Poland and you visit the concentration camps. So when I first came here, and I just pictured all the relatives that I had in the Holocaust dreaming that they could have came here and seen what I've seen and done what I've done. So every time I come here, I just have those people's spirits in my heart. And when I touch the wall, I think of them and I think of how I'm living the dream that they just wish that they could have.
In Israel, there are many organizations that help people in need. There's one organization that helps the disabled through treating them as normal people who can contribute to society.
Usher syndrome is a genetic disease as a result of which deaf people also eventually lose their sight. The Nalagat Association put together a group of 12 deaf-blind people and produced a play called Light is Heard in Zigzag, which is about these people's dreams and their reality.
Nalagat in Hebrew means please touch. It's a group with deaf-blind people in it, that their only way of communication is to touch, because they don't see and they don't hear.
Nalagat tries to relate to the disabled in a very special way.
We have a tendency to patronize people that are not like us. And here, what we try to do, and I think we succeed to do, is we say, okay, we have a group of people that have problems, so try with what you have, with what you don't have to make the best of it. So what we do in this group, in the Nalagat organization, is to try to build a reality where they can give and be people that give to society as you give to society.
We intend to sell a product that the deaf-blind will supply, and people will buy the product because of its quality and not because of its supplier.
Working on the play actually improved the lives of the disabled.
A lot of them were even thinking about suicide. I mean, there's no reason to live, it's very hard to live that way. And if you would see the group today, there's a lot of joy in the group, a lot of hope, and a lot of well, I have today in the group people that are really stars.
The audience leave this play influenced and moved.
It's magnificent that a deaf-blind person can perform so well. It's really wonderful.
It changes lives. I know that a lot of people that get in touch with our group say, hearing and seeing people say that it really changed their life very dramatically, that life before is not the same as life afterwards.
They're great, amazing.
I thought nothing can surprise me, and now I understand that there is a lot that still can surprise me. It's fascinating.
When I first met them, it was 2 years since they started working together. They did not know how to laugh. Now I see them cracking up on stage. I cry when they laugh.
Nalagat plan to continue this way, not only on stage.
אנחנו גם מתכננים בעתיד להקים ספא ושחרשים עיוורים שיש מאות כאלה.
We plan to open a spa and the deaf-blind will give the massages. They will take courses and we believe they will be great. We also want to open a quality food factory.
Before I left, Adina and Iran told me that they feel that the Jewish nation should get used to exporting not only security and high-tech related goods, but should export an example for how a society should live with the disabled. That, they say, is an exclusive product of the Jewish nation.
The organizers say they have the actors, they've got the audience, and all they're looking for now is people who are willing to invest in this program. Rabbi Samson's Weekly Insight, right after this.
So, why did you come to Israel?
I'm visiting my granny and my sister.
We've come to visit family and support Israel financially and with our presence.
Mark, Shlomo, Gabi, and me. All the Israel NN male reporters have one thing in common. On our heads we wear the kippah, the yarmulke. Rabbi Samson joins me from his office in Jerusalem. Rabbi Samson, tell us, why do I have this thing on my head?
Shalom Yoni, and once again shalom to all of our listeners and watchers around the world. Yoni, when you ask about the kippah, there's actually in English, or it was taken from a Yiddish word called yarmulke. And I think you could probably find the word in the Webster's Dictionary. It's a great word for Scrabble, yarmulke. And it actually comes from an Aramaic source, which means Yara Malka, fear of God. And the kippah signifies a fear of God that an individual has, that there is something above his head. His head is not the top of the world, and that on top of his head there's something else, which signifies that God is still above him. But I have to add a story that I heard from Rabbi Kook. And Rabbi Kook, when he would talk about kippot, even though he had a giant black kippah that was maybe a Guinness World Record black kippah, he would always say that he was against kippot, and that because there are kippot, so Jews are segregated into religious and not religious, rather than everybody being religious in different amounts. And that had we not have had kippot, then the segregation between the religious and non-religious would be greatly mitigated. Now, you're not supposed to get an idea from that Rabbi Kook was in favor of not having kippot. Rabbi Kook is actually considered the father of the kippah sruga. And there are different kinds of kippot. Is there meaning? So, first of all, the answer is yes, and the answer is no. Halachically, no difference between any kippah that you have, color, shape, or even size. And that you can have any kippah that you want. Now, it seems that there are different fashions and styles, and that different people, like birds of a feather, cling together. So people with the same kippah kind of end up in the same yeshivot. Rabbi Kook's yeshiva and those who follow his ways seem to have adopted a kippah that is hand-knit and crocheted kippot. However, there is no intrinsic halachic holiness or value in the size, shape, form, or color of the various kippot.
Thank you, Rabbi Samson. As I said last week, Rabbi Samson joins us thanks to Machon Meir. Here's a short report on Machon Meir Institute.
I originally came to Israel on a stage program. I was working in an internship, and I was looking for a place to learn half day in the afternoons, and I stumbled across Machon Meir. I was looking for a place with a Zionist outlook, and my first stop was here, and luckily so, because it suited what I was looking for.
Machon Meir is a very, very unique institution for bringing people closer to their heritage, to their roots, to their nation and their state. And the unique part is that it's the only institution, maybe in the entire country, that's producing a very authentic type of Judaism, which is related to the roots of the nation, roots of Zionism, and the roots of the state of Israel, through the spirit, of course, of Rav Kook's philosophy, and bringing these students, by their own will and desire, to a closer sense of connection to their Judaism and Torah.
I came in February of '99, and the sole reason of coming was to go to an Opan, to go to just learn a little Hebrew. I wasn't religious, and I had small connection. I was very proud to be Jewish, but I had no real connection to any of the actual religious aspects. I came here with 1 month left on my ticket, and I decided to stay.
I study a lot about the Jewish roots and the connection between land and religion in Israel, the real connection for that.
With my Judaism came that I had to be Zionist. As much as someone, I guess in America, learns you have to put on tefillin and you have to say Kriyat Shema, I also said you have to live in Israel.
And they really encourage you to advance at every stage of your growth within your learning.
I made Aliyah 1 year ago, and now I got accepted to Bar Ilan University. I am engaged and happy.
Approximately 60% of government funding has been cut off to Machon Meir. And that, of course, is a bit of a paradox, because we're an institution which is so connected to the state of Israel, so connected to the national side of the state of Israel educationally, that it should be just the opposite. And right now, at this moment, there are numerous students that have left the Beit Midrash, that are working in various offices right now, and working on a fundraising campaign in order to save the Machon. God forbid we stand right before closing, and it's a very difficult economic crunch on the Machon. And because of that, many students are now working on various campaigns and sorts in order to infuse and stimulate financial funding that will help us stay alive and do our fantastic work in the kiruv of the nation of Israel.
So don't forget to contact Machon Meir to help them out. And I wanted to remind you that we're still looking for overseas correspondents, so send me an email and join the Israeli Salad worldwide crew. Thanks for joining us. We'll meet again next week with a special Israeli Salad edition commemorating the Holy Temple as a preparation for the fast of Tisha B'Av. Until then, from all of us at Israel National News, Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'imu amen. Hoseh shalom b'momam hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol